as I was saying, this is the thing I just finished up making.
Oh, sweet. What is that?
It's a pen. Well, it looks like a normal pen, you see, but there's this button on the back. What happens when you press it? I don't know if you can hear that. That's it.
That's cool.
It's a product I've been working on just for like a couple weeks or so. I have two working versions. This one's built into Crayola marker with a switch on top. It's slightly less powerful because I got some new motors from using this one instead.
Yeah.
It's a fancy Copic marker. I'm not sure where that's from. I just know it's fancy.
That's cool. So I started recording actually.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Well, I was just finishing up saying everything, so.
All right. So. Sorry, I'm just kind of blanking right now. I've just. Oh, yeah. We were on the interview, weren't we?
Yes.
So I've got a couple questions that I wanted to ask you about the society and stuff. About the Junior Paranormal Investigators of America.
Yeah, sure. Throw them at me.
Okay, so like first of all, this might be a touchy subject, but you said a couple years ago you got possessed and the society helped you, so you joined, and that's how you became president. Could you tell me about that, if that's okay?
It's a bit of a touchy subject, but I'm willing to share. It's one of the worst moments of my life. I'll tell you about it. In 2014, my class in 5th grade went to this field trip to someplace. I'm not sure what it was. This is when I lived back in California, and I got possessed by the ghost of former President Richard Nixon.
Oh, I thought you got possessed by former American football player Frank Xavier Regan.
No, that was around the same time, but by then I already had joined. Yeah, Nixon made me do all these strange stuff. I take no credit for what he did. It was all him. But yeah, they performed an exorcism on me. It was a very strange one. They just had me say a bunch of stuff. They dunked my head in water a bunch of times.
Did they make you confess to being a crook?
No, but that would have been great. They also had a priest there. After all the water dunking, he just came there and smacked me on the forehead.
Wait, they used a priest? But you're not Christian.
Oh, no, you misunderstood. Eddie Priest, a member of the priest family of the very powerful clairvoyants. We have 6 priests in the society. Him, his brother, plus 4 sisters. He was 4, now he's 9.
Oh, okay.
That's how aging works.
What?
That's how aging works. He was 4 and then he was 9.
All right.
I also like to joke that his last name makes volatile ghosts scared, but that's kind of just an inside joke.
What about the magician guy, Chris Angel? Would ghosts be scared of him?
No, he seems to get possessed a lot.
For real?
Yeah, society's personally helped him about 16 times, if I remember right. I was on the last 3 calls.
Whack.
Yeah, I think magicians are too entertaining. Ghosts like that remind them of life, and that's why salt works with demons, but it doesn't work with ghosts.
Wait, really? It doesn't work with ghosts?
Yeah, that's also why most graveyards are... Sorry, more houses are haunted than graveyards, unless the graveyard is popular. Then the ghosts tend to stick around, but, like, how many popular graveyards do you know?
Yeah, facts. And I read that one of your reforms was that around 2 years ago you began allowing vampires to join the society?
Yes, well, yeah, why do you ask? Do you have something against vampires?
No, it's just, do you know Cassius Barnstable?
Yes, the Protectorate. We at the Society are huge fans of him. I call him Cassius, but he doesn't really care. Yes, he helps us out all the time. What's your question?
Well, his cousin is a vampire, and I was wondering if she knew she could join.
I don't believe I met her.
I'll pass the information along. But right now I have more pressing matters.
Go ahead.
What do you have to say about monsters and, like, demons and the like?
Well, it's very different to deal with monsters than it is to deal with spirits, for example. And even more so with demons. Take salt, for example. You might find it tempting to carry salt with you to ward off demons, but it also attracts spirits if the location has enough of them. And some monsters use it like a salt lick. So you'll have to carry something else as well, like a charm.
Like, what kinds of charms?
Like a sword, for example. Swords are very good at severance, but they're also good at killing things you're trying to sever. So you should make a pendant with a sword on it and make sure you don't get possessed. Or use a marker to draw a sword on something. There's also wards.
Wards?
Yes. I'll show you one right now. It's particularly potent, actually. They detract or repel things that you don't want to harm you. even people, actually. But be warned, if you invert it, those things will come.
You just gotta get some paper.
Yep, and I have paper on me at all times, so I'm a very fancy man.
Now you just gotta figure out which one of those pens is a real pen.
I found one. It's actually the ink cartridge from the pen I used. Not a real pen. And don't try to draw on your leg. It's not end well. This is a symbol. Can you see it?
Yeah, I see it.
It's kind of like a two-dimensional bear trap in a way. It can't trap corporal things like people or monsters, but incorporeal things like ghosts and thought forms can easily get caught in it. It turns red.
Oh. So
I actually have a piece back at the place, and it contains a rather powerful poltergeist found in DC, for example. I've been meaning to cleanse it for a while now. Usually what we do is scatter a few of these around the house and have any priest tap their power when they get filled.
Oh, or Chris Angel.
Yeah, but we tell Eddie it's a game. We let him release his anger management on those ghosts. You know, just like free therapy.
I've heard that children are more attuned to the paranormal than like adults are.
Yes. Like a child is more likely to accept the fact that there are ghosts and stuff in the world, so when they see them, more often. Whereas adult was likely to dismiss it, like, oh, I'm just seeing something, maybe I need to sleep or something along those lines. So they naturally see less of those stuff. That's why the founders of our society decided to make it a junior organization. In fact, in 1987, it became a completely member-run cooperative effort.
Who are the founders?
John Blake and Clarice Anderson in 1979.
Those names sound familiar. Have you told me them before?
Maybe. I don't quite recall. I'm actually not too well versed on history there. You'd have to check in with my sister Rita. She's the historian.
So I'll check in with her later. But what are some more of the more interesting cases you've had with monsters?
We actually had the occasional problems with banshees. There was a particularly aggressive group of them in the woods near Arethusa Farms in Litchfield. We get all of our milk from there. It's very good milk.
So it's a dairy farm?
Yes, it's a dairy farm. Anyway, there were banshees scaring all the cows, and the cows wouldn't produce milk because they're scared. So we found 3 of them, actually a family of banshees, and they tried to convince us not to harm them, but we knew how crafty the banshees are, so we sicked little Eddie on them. And, he put them in a juju, and that was all of that. We also did a case study of an Amityville house.
Oh. What about less ethereal monsters? Like, have you ever been down to New Jersey for a case, like the Pine Woods?
1 or 2 times. The Jersey Devil's on our protected list, but it gives us a run for our money.
What was the most dangerous case you've had?
That would probably be the baby Jabberwocky, hands down.
No shit, tell me.
Yeah, Jabberwockies are part of the Drake genus. This one was down in Provincetown, almost killed someone, set a house on fire. Luckily we had some investigators that could handle it, including Eddie's little brother, Aaron.
I thought the priests dealt with exorcisms.
Among other things, yes, but drakes, which include Jabberwockies, dragons, and the like, consist of something partially ethereal nature. That's why they're so vulnerable to some forms of magic.
I see.
It's like, if I took your kidneys, you would die without them. Similarly, a drake cannot live without its ethereal portions. Well, at least some species can't.
What about hauntings? What's the most haunted place that you've ever been?
Definitely Barahak. It's an old abandoned Welsh forest in the middle of Pomfret. All that's left is a cemetery and a bunch of foundations and the old road in the middle of the woods. Most spirits I've ever come across in that place. That's the most spirits I've ever come across in that place. There's a report on it on our website.
Dope. Let me check it out. Wait, Elias. This website says that your sister Rita is vice president of the society.
Oh, yes, we promoted her to that title last month.
What about Julie then?
We fired her. She was starting to become a problem we couldn't handle.
What? Why?
stuff. It's nothing paranormal. Just we couldn't handle having her around anymore. You wouldn't understand. It's very technical.
Oh, well, I'll still reach out to her after I've interviewed Rita.
I wouldn't recommend it, but if you must, just don't mention me or Rita.
Okay.
Can we end this early now? I need a towel. It's gotten quite warm in my room.
Okay. Let's just make a thumbnail first.
Okay. Ta-da! Oh, wait, let me dual wield. Ta-da!
That's great. Okay.
And I must be leaving now. Farewell.
All right.